Let's get some of the obligatory YouTube things out of the way. Discord is linked down in the description. New thumbnail style, let me know what you think of it. And channel memberships are live. That being said, here we are. We are back for Faction Wars Hard Mode. Continuing through this, we have today stages 7 through 9 that are going to be open for both the Shadowkin as well as the Demonspawn. And excitingly enough, inside the Demonspawn, I now do have my Carnage built and ready for action, so we should be able to do some pretty cool stuff. So what do we have to do here? Well, we're fighting the boss. I have no idea what this boss does. I haven't looked at him, so let's take a look here real quick. Vituperative Axe attacks one enemy, will also attack one additional random enemy who's under 2 or more debuffs. Decreases turn meter by 35%, that's a weird number, and places 5% poisons. Perniculous Bite attacks all enemies, places a poison sensitivity and a poison, decreases the turn meter. Then he's going to remove all buffs, increase the duration of all debuffs, will increase the duration of debuffs on all enemies by an additional turn for each unique buff removed. That's pretty crazy. When attacked, has a 50% chance of placing an HP burn. Also instantly activates poison and HP burns. He's immune to CC. All turn meter reduction is reduced by 50%. Decreases the damage inflicted by the boss for each awakening level, of course. And then we can't enemy max HP him. So, what are we going to do here? Well, we're just going to go balls to the wall and try to bring in as much DPS as possible for our first run here and see if we can make it happen. Because the challenge to get the 3 stars is to beat the stage in under 100 turns. So we're going to see if we can't try our damnedest to make that happen. Obviously, try to get that 3-star clear first time round would be pretty cool. So let's just go ahead. You know the deal here. We're going to do our control with Lady Mikage. The only thing that would be like nice to have in this faction that we don't really have is some sort of an increased defense. I forget if, what's his name? I forget if, oh, I can't remember the epic's name right now. Hotatsu? I don't know. The guy that places the guy that places like the AoE decrease attack on the enemy team. I think he brings an increased defense, which would obviously set up our Harima for some big numbers. But we have crazy amounts of CVC here. We're at 14 turns. Let's go ahead and hit that AoE with Harima. We don't even take them out, actually. I think there was some weak hits there, unfortunately. Harima is a bit finicky in the way that obviously she can weak hit, so we also obviously don't want to allow them to revive here because we're trying to beat this in 100 turns or less. So we may have to swap out some of these support champions and just bring more raw DPS as well, because we're already a quarter of the way through our turns, so we'll have to see how tanky the boss is, I suppose. We get some good control here, though. Go ahead and whack in there. Let's go ahead and hit the A2 on Ethlin, or Ethlin, whatever the hell this champion's name is. Hit the AoE there. Let's go ahead and try to hit the AoE on Ursala. Let's go ahead and hit that AoE provoke. Just get some more damage out there. Let's go ahead and metamorph, though that will count as an extra turn, which is kind of annoying. We'll take out Opardon. Hopefully get some decreased cooldowns with our champions as well, which it doesn't look like we did, but that's perfectly okay. Get the True Fear out there. Let's go ahead and whack with the AoE because we do have the A2 available again. Go ahead and attack there. And then we'll attack with the A1 with the Ninja. Now we're on to the boss, and he does have some minions, which is kind of annoying, but it kind of is what it is. We decrease his turn meter. We get a decreased defense up there as well. We get some burns out, which is perfect. Let's go ahead and try to stun the Warcaster. Let's go ahead and try to just nuke him down, maybe. Oh, he's super tanky. Granted, Harima, obviously, oh, that's annoying as well, but we can just remove that buff. What is that? An increased resistance that he has now, I believe, right? AoE, poison sensitivity. Also, Taragi's getting absolutely clapped by those poisons. So he may die here, which would be quite a shame. We have a block debuffs on the boss. Let's go ahead and hit the AoE freeze on the ads here. I think that'll be pretty good. Let's go ahead and switch forms as well, so that we can then take off the bullshit there from the boss. Let's go ahead and whack here. I am worried about Taragi getting clapped. I won't lie, because he just removed the buffs from us. Let's hit that AoE. If Taragi goes down here, we will have to rerun this, obviously, so just something to consider. It looks like it's going to be doable to do it within that 100 turn limit. We're only at 60 turns right now. Taragi needs to get back around to like his heal/support ability, so let's go ahead and whack down the ad here. Go ahead and get some big damage there from the Harima. Everybody's just kind of ticking down, I think, pretty quick here, though, unfortunately. Harima gets whacked, and then Taragi also gets whacked. So, we don't have a way to revive. This guy here, though, is what I was thinking about. He brings increased defense. Yes, he does. So, he can massively amplify the defense, that, or the damage, rather, that we can put out with our Mikage. So, it might be worth bringing him. He can also bring the decreased attack, obviously. I think he'll be a decent option. Michinaki would be a very good option here, too. I forget if I have him built, though. It looks like I do kind of have him built. He's built inside perception and crit damage. We could bring him in instead of... we'll bring him in instead of Yoshi, because Yoshi's increased accuracy is not really needed. Their resistances aren't that high. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then just having the extra damage here as well as the extra ally attacks I think is going to be crucial. We'll go ahead and get that AoE. Defense break included with that. We'll go ahead and just smack with the A1 here with Ninja, because I think we'll be able to clap them anyways. So let's go ahead and try. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, man. So damn close. My god. We can strip off the buffs there, thankfully. They do bring back the Shaman, which is annoying. We get decreased speeded. We get an AoE Hex, though, so now when we slam with the AoE, it'll do bonus damage kind of across the board, which is perfect, so let's go ahead and do that. We clear wave 1 a lot faster this time, which is nice. Let's go ahead and get the sleep here on Opardon. Let's go ahead and try push back here as well as the burn. Let's go ahead and whack Ursala. We almost take her out, which is huge. We get some burns out there. Let's save the increased defense for wave 3. We're not really too worried about Ursala getting a turn, but we'll just go ahead, hit the AoE stun here. Get the AoE defense break as well. Let's go ahead and whack some people here with the Harima. There it is. And then the AoE should almost take everybody out. Not quite, but almost. 25 turns in, we're on to the boss. Let's go ahead and hit the transformation. Let's go ahead and do an ally attack into the boss. There we go. Get some debuffs out there. We're going to go ahead and freeze the ads just so they can't do their annoying shit. We're going to get the Hex out there as well. We're going to hit the AoE with Harima. We get some provokes. We're going to get the increased defense as well as the continuous heal. Going to go ahead and A1 the boss. He does place the burn on us, which is annoying, but it is what it is. Turn meter pushback is perfect there. We're going to get some burn detonations with the Ninja. Ninja's almost dead, by the way. I think it's because of all the poisons popping on him. Let's go ahead and buff/debuff manipulate here. I don't know, if I'm being honest, where he's getting all these buffs from. But it is what it is. Okay. Okay. He's dead. So, we may want to bring in some support as well. I think Kinagashi is going to be the best option for that. Which we do need to put a banner on her. So, primary stats, we'll go with resistance. And then we're just going to look for something that has maybe some speed on the substats as well. So, something like that will be perfect. She's a very good support champion. She's a reviver. She's got ally attack, all that sort of good stuff. So, the more support we can get in here, the better. Let's go ahead and try this again. We do need to make sure, obviously, that we're CCing the mobs as well. And we almost take out the Shaman, but not quite. We'll get that AoE with Ninja. There it is. Get that AoE freeze. Perfection. Not much damage there, unfortunately. We're going to go ahead and ally attack here, though. The Ninja comes in on the A1, which is exactly who we would have wanted. We'll get the AoE there. We'll try to take out the Mistress of Hymns. Don't get her quite yet, unfortunately, though. Let's go ahead and hit the AoE here with Harima. Let's go ahead and hit the A1 here with Kinagashi. Kinagashi can decrease their turn meter as well, which is super strong. Like that amount of decreased turn meter she can bring, as well as the ally attack, as well as the revive. She is pretty goated with the sauce, to be honest. We'll go ahead. We will metamorph here. No music, apparently, so that's kind of funny. But we'll get the AoE stun. We're going to get the burn activations with the Ninja. Decrease cooldown there as well is perfect. We're going to steal some, or decrease some turn meter on the Ursala. We're just going to save our Hotatsu's buffs for the third wave. Same thing with Mikage's A3. We're going to go ahead and try to blast in here with Harima's A2. We're going to get Ninja's A3. Blast in here. Unfortunately, we're not getting through this quite as quick as I had hoped. We did lose some damage by bringing in Kinagashi, obviously. I'm also not cycling through like my hardest hitting abilities like I was the other couple of rounds, so that's definitely hurting us a bit, but it is what it is. We got the decreased cooldown there, which is nice. Everybody's provoked as well, so we can kind of just A1 cycle here and get to the boss with roughly, what, 78 turns remaining? 73 turns remaining? I can't count, apparently. It is what it is. Let's get that stun going out. Really wish there was music, but it is what it is. We're going to go ahead and hit the boss with Harima's A2. We're going to hit it with Ninja's A1, throw back his turn meter a little bit. Kinagashi is obviously going to come in and throw back that turn meter a little bit too. We're going to buff up with Hotatsu. And then I think he might actually do the buff manipulation skill here right away, so we do have to be careful about that. Get some big hits coming in there. Nope, we don't get the buffs removed quite yet. He's just placing the poisons on us. Get some HP burns out here. We do activate on him twice. We're going to go ahead and manipulate the debuffs. Let's go ahead and ally attack into the boss with Harima. That's exactly who we want to pull in. AoE decrease attack. He does get a block damage as well as a bunch of other bullshit though, so that's kind of a shame. Our ninja's pretty low HP. It would have been nice if we landed the leech there from Hotatsu's A1. Gonna get the AoE freeze here. We don't get it on all the ads, unfortunately. He has an increased resistance, increased accuracy, so we're probably cooked. Though his A1 is just gonna whack somebody random, so we're not necessarily the most screwed that we could be. We do ally attack with the Harima, which is perfect. We're gonna blast with the Harima here. We're so close, we're so close. Okay, we're still alive. The ally attack should finish it here, right? Yeah, the ally attack should finish it. Apparently not. Apparently not. Apparently he's got like 2 HP left. What is going on? There we go. There's the 3 stars, ladies and gentlemen. 6 turns, 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Harima, an absolute tank for this. 1.8 million damage. Ninja coming in with 1.4. Now, we're on to stage 8. Beat the stage, 5 champions, no losses, place 15 plus stuns. So this might sound pretty easy, but then when you break down the numbers, you realize that that means that we have to stun every wave, everybody at least once, right? Which is pretty crazy. So I think we'll bring in Yoshi again just for a little bit more soft crowd control. Obviously, Lady Mikage is really the go-to for this. If you don't have Lady Mikage, you know, perfectly understandable. Somebody I would recommend is going to be Sachi, the Epic, because she has an AoE A1. So, as we always talk about, AoE A1 champions are fantastic inside sunsets, obviously. So, you know, definitely go ahead and make sure to use her if you're struggling there, obviously. Let's do this. Now, what's nice is we're not bringing, like, decreased defense AoE. We're not bringing, like, increased defense AoE before... Oh, well, that's annoying, but whatever. Before Harima goes, so essentially we don't really have to worry too much about them. We don't need to worry too much about them getting absolutely clapped, because Harima does kind of depend on, you know, them having the decrease and her having the increased defense for her to do what she does. So that's 10 of the stuns placed already, which is perfect. We're going to go ahead and take down the Ugo. Just need to make sure that the Man-Eater does not get a turn and then place, obviously, his annoying-ass bullshit. So we'll try to sleep that champion there. Perfect. Go ahead and whack the Man-Eater. We do have to be careful, too, because obviously we don't have any revive capabilities on this team. So if somebody goes down, they are down for the count. Let's go ahead and do this. We weak hit, unfortunately, and he absolutely slams into our Mikage there. He's going to slam our Harima as well. Steals the buffs on her, which is annoying. We'll take out the Man-Eater. He's going to do his AoE. We're still looking good, though. We're still cooking. That champion's a lot better when he's going against your team. So there we go. There's all the stuns placed. Now we can just go ahead and focus on absolutely clappage here. Some big clappage coming in. Ideally, inside this team composition, you'd have Hotatsu going before your Harima so that he can do like a setup for her with the increased defense, right? Not going after Harima, but it kind of is what it is, I suppose. We have a counterattack to deal with there from the Ugo, which is kind of annoying. Go ahead and try to sleep him, which we do land. Go ahead and whack the Ugo again. Almost took her out. The ally protection kind of stopped her from getting taken out there, I think. Stun on the A1 with Yoshi would have been fantastic, but what do you do? We'll just go ahead and keep A1ing here. Hotatsu can actually be a pretty decent damage dealer as well, by the way, so if you're needing an extra way to just boost your damage through these waves or through these stages, he's a decent candidate for it. Just something to consider. Harima, obviously absolutely fantastic damage dealer. Her A2 into the A3 cycling is just so incredibly strong. You're basically getting, you know, obviously the A3 activated for free whenever she kills somebody with the A2. So if you time it well, you are cooking, my friend. You are cooking. So just to double check, yes, we have met the stage requirements as long as nobody dies. So let's go ahead and try our best to make sure that doesn't happen. Kind of a nasty wave here, actually. We have a lot of cleanses. We have an AoE burn, which is also very annoying. We'll go ahead and AoE freeze them as well as take some of them out. We'll get some heal. Oh, I didn't realize we had the block buffs, but whatever. It is what it is. I was going to say we'll get some heals up too to offset those burns, but that's not going to happen, unfortunately. The Supreme Gaelic in here is very annoying. We'll go ahead and Metamorph, though. Then let's go ahead and Manipulate, just so that we don't have to deal with the burns anymore. Try to stun him. We don't land it, unfortunately. I clearly clicked the A2 and then clicked him, but whatever, it is what it is. We take him out. Now we just need to ally attack the Supreme Gaelic, and he is down for the count. So we are done. Stage 8, 3 stars, easy, done and dusted. We're now starting to get purple materials, by the way, which is pretty crazy that we can actually just farm this. That's actually awesome. I'll give Plarium some credit where credit is due. We have to place 15 provokes. Easiest way to do this, obviously Harima. If you don't have Harima, another fantastic champion for this is Taragi the Frog. If you need to, you can also use Burengiri, who has it on his A1. He also has an AoE stun at a 60% clip, so he can kind of bring in both. You have, obviously, Eurojin, who can place a provoke for 2 turns. Sorry, 1 turn. I read that wrong. But it's obviously only a single target provoke. He's just a single target damage dealer. But if you have Mikage, run her inside a provoke set. If you have Sachi, run her inside a provoke set. You know, it's going to work out for you. But if you have... Oh, that's annoying that we have a Kavalox on this team. But whatever. We're going to go ahead and try to take out the Duchess here. I actually kind of hope we don't take her down first try. There we go. We'll go ahead and do this. We'll go ahead and just hit the AoE freeze. We'll go ahead and hit the AoE here, which does provoke 4 of them, and then we just kill the Duchess, which is kind of funny. He is provoked, so we're not too worried about him. It is very annoying, though, that we got Kavalax on this wave with his, with his poisons coming in, but what do you do? Let's go ahead and hit the A2 here with the Ninja. Ninja's doing some pretty big damage as well, which is always nice to see. We'll go ahead and whack in here to the Mausoleum Mage, try to cycle, maybe get some provokes here as well. There we go, we get provokes on both of them. That is 6 of them placed already. I'm saving Taragi's A2 for the next wave, essentially, so we can make sure that we have some provokes available there in case we don't have Harima's. Okay, well, the Hegemon's kind of annoying, and he gets polymorphed, which is actually even maybe more annoying, because I don't recall if we can polymorph sheep, but I guess we're about to find out. They are not... I don't recall if we can provoke sheep, is what I meant to say. I'm going to go ahead and slam in here with Ninja's A2. Let's go ahead and get that AoE with Taragi the Frog. We get a couple of them landed. Unfortunately, we cannot provoke sheep. It doesn't look like what, but we did stun them apparently somehow. So let's go ahead and whack that sheep again. Now, on the upside, sheep are a very easy way to essentially just cycle through your skills because you're obviously not too worried about if they die, right? So you can essentially just come in here and say, hey, I'm just going to whack into the sheep with whatever abilities I want, and they can't really do anything to me, and that's, perfectly viable. Let's go ahead and A1 here. Mikage actually does, like, crazy damage, by the way, so if you need extra damage builder with some crit rate, and you'll be giggling like a pig. I don't think that's a saying. I don't know why I said it. Pigs don't giggle. But, it is what it is. Alright, let's go ahead and just keep fighting through the waves here. Let's go ahead and hit the AoE stun. He's going to remove it and then boost his turn meter, though, which is kind of annoying. So we'll try to stun him again, push back the turn meter. Go ahead and get that AoE here. We don't land it on a single person. That is perfect. That is exactly what we like to see, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try and hit it with Taragi here. AoE, 100% chance of a provoke, you know, just placing a provoke, right? Just places the provoke, you know, nothing too crazy, right? AoE, place the provoke. Taragi, AoE, 50% chance of a provoke, you know, neutral affinity to 4 out of the 5 champions. Doesn't place the provoke. Harima, AoE. Supposed to just place the provoke. We don't get a single provoke, you know. Why would we? That'd be pretty crazy. We don't want to provoke here. What? Like we only have 13 of them, you know, surely we don't want another, right? Like why would we want that? You know, why would we want to provoke here? I don't understand, do you? If anyone ever asks you... There we go. We got them at least. We didn't have to restart. If anyone ever asks you, though, why the RNG and raid is absolute bullshit, feel free to show them that clip. Feel free to clip that chat so you can show people why RNG inside Raid Shadow Legends is absolute baloney. Because that was baloney at its finest form. That was just straight up baloney that's not even been cut yet. But we beat Stage 9 as well with the 3 stars. That was a lot of stars to not even get ourselves a reward, so that's kind of depressing. But that being said, we're now on to the boss for the Demonspawn, who coincidentally is the same boss, essentially. So, I don't think I have gear on my Infernal Baroness. Yeah, no, she's missing a couple of things, so we'll go ahead and see if we can't throw a chest plate and some boots on her from the stun set. Just because obviously she's going to be real good for helping keep us alive with, like, you know, her stuns, her veils, all those sorts of good things. I can't find stun, apparently. There it is. My goodness. I'm losing it in my old age, ladies and gentlemen. I'm losing it. We're going to go ahead and put, oh, I don't even know. We're going to put, like, a decent chest plate on her, I think. Probably this chest plate right here. And then for boots, who do we want to steal from? Maybe you? Sure, defense boots with triple roll speed. Why the fuck not? And then, instead of Magnar, I think we're going to bring in Carnage. We do want essentially just, you know, big damage. And Carnage can certainly bring that. Skimfos obviously can bring a crap ton of control as well with his decreased attacks, his turn meter steals. We have Dur for some support as well, which is pretty nice. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can't get through this. Conditioned to beat it in 100 turns, of course. So I think we should be able to do that. We're going to go ahead and whack with the Carnage here. Obviously, Carnage and his ability to, you know, like, spread block passives as well as block active skills is just insane. So he is, like, incredibly goated for this. We're going to do that on Shaman there, actually, too. He also steals turn meter, obviously, right? He has the counter attack, where he has more of a chance to steal stuff, or spread stuff, rather. There's another counter attack coming in. We get block active skills. Let's go ahead and metamorph, actually, because I just want to dunk on these losers. Get the AoE there, block revive on them as well. Now we'll just, like, A1 cycle. I definitely, apart from Carnage, I definitely struggle to do much damage with inside this faction, which is kind of a shame. But it is what it is. We have good control, though. We have decent control. There we go. We get the AoE smack. Pretty much everybody's down. Everybody's got a True Fear as well, which is nice. We're going to go ahead and hide Carnage here. Don't really need to do anything else. Obviously, if you have Lamasu, she'll be very good for this faction. Of course, they just land everything, even though they're under True Fear. 50-50, by the way. 50-50, by the way. 50-50 for that True Fear to proc, and it didn't proc on the Opardon, it didn't proc on the Ursala. That's a load of bullshit if I've ever seen it. If you ask me, ladies and gentlemen, that is a load of bullshit. Now they're going to heal by 30% every time they take a turn. And then the Opardon is just crazy as well. Let's go ahead and just AoE whack with Carnage's A2, but of course he doesn't have any increased attack, and you know they don't have decreased defense, so damage is going to be pretty rough. We're going to go ahead and try and run this again and hope that the CC actually fucking works. That would be pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get here. Then we're going to go ahead and steal turn meter off the Shaman. We're then going to go ahead and A3 into the Kaja. I have a guide coming out on my Carnage build here right away, so make sure to stay tuned for that. It's coming out early next week. Let's just go ahead and A1 here. We're not really too worried about any of the BS they might have to throw at us. AoE decrease attack. Make sure the Yannica doesn't do much. I think we'll go ahead and Metamorph here and then just hit the double AoE. Boom. Get a block revive on everybody that way, even if Mistress of Hymns gets her turn. She can't really do much to us anyways. Carnage now cycles through his turns. Perfect. Let's go ahead and let's do this. And let's do this. Steal a turn meter there. Let's go ahead and hit the AoE. Get a decent amount of damage. Let's try to stun the Opardon. Weak hit, weak hit. No stun coming in. We'll reset the Carnage. Go ahead and steal from the Opardon here just to make sure that he doesn't cut in front of our Carnage. But I think he's going to because... no, not quite, not quite. Okay. We're going to go ahead and Metamorph because I want the Form 1 available for the boss. So we're going to go ahead and do this into the Opardon. There we go. We get everything off of him that we need. Perfect stuff right here. Let's just go ahead and just keep whacking away, I think. Let's go ahead and do this into Lysandra. Go ahead and A1 with the Infernal. We're not too worried about the Opardon getting a turn because he does have the block active skills now, which is perfect. Carnage is going to be a perfect control champion, even going against the boss, though, with obviously the turn meter steal and whatnot. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and hit the AoE here with the Skimfos. We're still kind of struggling for DPS, though. Like, we have a lot of support on this team, but the DPS is definitely letting us down a little bit. That's so disappointing it didn't kill there. My Carnage needs more damage. We're almost at 50 turns, though, just getting to the fucking boss. That's crazy. We may have to run this again just based off turn count alone. As I show in my guide, though, I have my Carnage built out inside Stone Skin, and he literally doesn't even have a crit damage amulet. He's just running like an attack amulet or some bullshit like that. Let's go ahead and take all the turn meter from the boss there. We're gonna get some buffs up as well. Go ahead and hit the AoE here, looking for the decrease attack. Go ahead and do this. Go ahead and do this. We steal a turn meter there. Let's get that AoE decrease attack. Let's get it up on the boss. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's get the seal in here as well as a little bit of damage. They are very tanky, my goodness. I don't know if we're going to have the damage to do it, to be honest. We have a few turns to work with. We have like 30 turns, 33 turns to work with. The counterattacks from Carnage will definitely help. Oh, he almost got goonered on, though. Also heals this champion, so that's what we want. We want the double AoE with the block rev, but we don't get it, of course. I don't know if we do this, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if we do this. We just may not have enough damage to facilitate beating the boss. We do transfer all the debuffs from our Skimfos as well, by the way, which is pretty clutch. We're going to go ahead and hit that AoE. Going to go ahead and boost and reset the Carnage for a better chance of doing this. 20 turns left, and the boss has a lot of HP, ladies and gentlemen. Going to go ahead and hit that. Get the block revive on them. I don't even think he can revive, though, so that's not the biggest deal in the world, but 15 turns left. Remove the debuffs. Or remove the buffs, rather. We have like 13 turns left. We need some big numbers here from your Carnage, my boy. Not getting those big numbers that we need, unfortunately. 10 turns left. 9 turns left. I don't think this happens, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think this happens. We'll have to try and run it one more time after this, but it is entirely possible that we just do not hit this, unfortunately. Get those transfer debuffs. I don't think it's happening. I don't think it's happening. It should tell me if I just go over the 100 turns, right? Yeah, it says it failed. Okay. So, let's go ahead and edit the team here. I think instead of Infernal, we're probably better off bringing some additional damage. So I think we'll probably go ahead and bring Magnar to try and get through this a little bit quicker. We obviously have, like, you know, plenty enough CC to get through the waves. It's just that we need to make sure that we're actually bringing the damage to get through them a little bit quicker. So we'll go ahead and do that. Boom, boom. Magnar almost takes everybody out, which is perfect. We'll reset the Carnage. We'll go ahead. We'll head into his Form 2. Let's go ahead and AoE everybody. Get some block revives there. We'll sit the Kaja down as well. Now, I don't think we cycled enough to have Lammasu back, which is unfortunate, but we should still be able to essentially just steal enough turn meter from these buggers to really just get where we need to be. Let's try for a stun. Unfortunately, we did not hit it. Let's go for a big hit. Unfortunately, did not hit it. Let's get that AoE here now. We get the block buffs on pretty much everybody as well. Oh, okay, Opardon does get screwed by the fear, so that's perfect. Try for a stun here. I really just need to get more damage, or more, well, yeah, obviously more damage on my Carnage, but I also really just need to... I don't even know what I was going to say, to be honest. I completely lost my train of thought. Whatever. It happens. Yeah, like, look at that. Like, any sort of a well-built Carnage should be able to clear these waves pretty easily. I just really need that crit damage amulet more than anything. Could always build them without Stone Skin as well, I suppose, but, I mean, who wants to do that, right? There we go. We're doing a little bit better. 36 turns. We're now on to the boss. Let's go ahead and get that AoE. You already know what it is. Get the decreased speed up on the boss as well is huge. I think we'll go ahead and turn meter steal here. We'll go ahead now and metamorph into the Form 1 with our Carnage. We'll go ahead and steal that turn meter off the boss. Excuse me. Buff up a little bit here. AoE decrease attack will be perfect. Obviously, Lammasu brings that too, so she's a champion for this. Get a nice little not strong hit there against the boss from Magnar. That's perfect. We get a counterattack coming in on the Carnage, which is nice. Let's go ahead and cleanse the Carnage, though. He's getting a little bit low there. Go ahead and go here. The block buffs is very nice to have as well. We'll go ahead and steal the turn meter off of this guy. We have 46 turns to work with here. It's annoying because, like, on the one hand, I want to target the boss. On the other hand, I need to make sure that the ads stay controlled. Our Carnage is about to get clapped as well. We can place some buffs, though. AoE decrease attack. Our buffs get taken, unfortunately. Still got 40 turns to work with here. We are just going to start targeting the boss. We're going to metamorph back over. I shouldn't be wasting all these extra turns, but it is what it is. Again, a well-built Carnage there would probably kill them. Get some decent damage coming in from the Magnar there, which is perfect. Decrease speed on the boss. We're just going to keep targeting the boss at this point, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. We're going to get the AoE again with the Carnage. We have 30 turns to work with here. I think there's a very solid chance we do it, especially if Carnage starts proccing more counterattacks. 25 turns. Skimfos is going to get clapped, though. Yeah, because of all the poisons he had on him. That's fine. The Hungerer can revive. Decreased defense coming in from the Magnar's A1 is huge, by the way. That's exactly what we needed. Decreased attack lands as well, but now we can start to do bigger numbers with everybody. So let's go ahead and boost the Carnage again. We're going to go ahead and transfer all those debuffs as well. Get some buffs up here. Gonna go ahead and whack with the Carnage. There's some bigger damage. We've got 12 turns left, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, if you had some sort of a smite buff on this, it would work a lot better too. By golly, I think we might get it. Just to make sure, yeah, all the other requirements are met. We just have 9 turns left to finish this boss off. If I had another reset here, that'd be perfect. I think we'll just A1. Big damage, big damage. We need that counterattack from Carnage. We get it. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, 96 turns. 98 turns. We got it. 98 turns. Talk about coming close, right? And I think this is actually my first glyph that is more than just the regular uncommon. So this is an HP substat, which is pretty cool. All right, so now we are on stage 8 where we have to place 15 plus HP burns. Same kind of thing goes here. If you're trying to beat this content, you should have Drexar, you should have Akoth the Seared. Both of them can place burns, right? Both of them are fantastic champions. Drexar really helps to just bump your account forward kind of no matter where you are. So I think the CC that we have here combined with Drexar should be enough to get through this. Let's go ahead and steal Turn Meter on the Maneater. I really just don't want him getting a turn, whatever happens here. Let's go ahead and try to CC in here. That's perfect. We'll get buffed up. We'll go ahead and try to provoke with the Drex. We landed 2 provokes. Very nice. That way, though, you know, if they do get a turn, essentially they're going to try and attack the Drex, which will be perfect, because then that'll make sure that, you know, he's able to place the burns on him, because his passive places burns every time he's attacked, if you weren't aware. So we have to place 15 burns, and so far we have 1, which is pretty cool. We'll switch it up. We'll switch it up. We have too much CC to really rely on Drex to do it, so we're going to bring in Akoth instead, because he can just straight up place the burns, which is going to be a lot more consistent for this. We'll throw, you know, just a piece of whatever fucking speed gear on him we have here, and then we'll bring him in right here. Lammasu being able to do the reset, as well as her CC, is just absolutely insane, by the way, so, you know, something to consider there. Lammasu is such a good champion, such a good champion. Still very underrated in the community, I think. She gets a lot of love, but she doesn't get the love that she deserves. Now, Akoth has a very low chance of placing the burn, but his chance actually increases for the more enemies there are alive, which is a bit weird, so let's go ahead and just A1 here with the Carnage. I was just trying to place like a debuff spread there, which would have been nice, but alas, it does not happen. Try to get the burns on everybody else. There we go. Everybody's burnt up. We have 8 burns placed already. Since they had taken a turn, we were able to essentially go ahead and place the burns again, which counted as an additional burn placement. And of course, Maneater doesn't get feared. What it is, what it is. Let's try to get some buffs off here. Still has the unkillable, which is a bit annoying. At this point, though, we should be good to just go ahead and kind of cycle through. Yeah, by the way, if you didn't know, Akoth the Seared actually works as like a pseudo lockout champion, by the way, when you have burns on the enemy team, which is pretty crazy, all things considered. So, yeah, very, very good champion from normal Doom Tower. I don't think he really gets the love that he deserves either, while we're talking about champions and getting love and whatnot. He's a very good champion. So is Dark Kael. Dark Kael's not really talked about in today's meta either. Both crazy champions in their own right, though. I actually, I don't know if depended would be the right word, but I used Dark Kael a lot earlier on in my account when I just got him for different stages. Like, for example, a Nether Spider, him being able to place his targeted poisons was very useful to take it down. We just need to make sure that the Ugo falls here first so that she can't do a revive. Should be very annoying. She does get taken down, so that's perfect. Go ahead and whack the Ugir here, I think his name is. Ugir Worm Eater or something weird like that. A strange named fellow for sure. Go ahead and hit the A2 here on them. AoE block buffs is perfect. Let's go ahead and steal Turn Meter here, though. We're just going to A1 into the Maneater. Going to buff up because our Skimfos is a little bit low. Try to get that AoE burn. We get it on 4 of them, so we're at 12 placements. We're going to reset and have him try to go again. couple of them do get turns as well, so we can potentially place the burns again, and it will in fact count as another placement. So we get resisted by everybody because he has a decrease accuracy, which I didn't even notice. So that's pretty cool, don't we think? And we have some people out here getting counterattacks and unkillables and all that sort of shit. So that's awesome as well. Let's go. Alright, let's go ahead and just whack into the man-eater here. Take away his active skills. Try to stun here would be nice. We don't get it. AoE. We're going to have to deal with the A1s from this guy, which are annoying, but it kind of is what it is. Go ahead and keep hitting the man-eater. ACOS should be cycling back around to his burn ability soon, where we can try to place it out there again. One more turn on it. Let's just go ahead and keep whacking the man-eater. Spread the block active skills to everybody. That's right. Fuck y'all. I'm going to go ahead and reset and boost the carnage. Let's go ahead and buff up here as well. Ooh. Alright. Steel turn meter from you, you little shit. Steel turn meter from you maybe as well. No steel turn meter, unfortunately. But Akoth should now be able to place his burns. And there we go. We've got the burns completed. So now, if we want, we can actually metamorph into our second form and then just clam slam people with the carnage, which would be pretty fun. There we go. So yeah, we're going to metamorph. I can't wait until we have content coming out where Marius is part of, like, the waves. That'll be very annoying, but also kind of fun at the same time. The Supreme Gaelic there can't really get CC'd, I don't think, so that's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and hit the Ramen 2. Let's go ahead and hit the Ramen 2 again. I don't want him getting a turn, basically. Let's go ahead and whack in there. Decreased crit rate is actually pretty useful. Go ahead and reset and boost the carnage here, and then we've met the requirements, so we're going to whack with an AoE. We're going to buff up. We're going to go ahead and A1. They don't have any damage on the other team, so we just need to make sure that we're able to stay alive here, which the burns on Akoth are definitely making that a little bit harder than it should be, but I think we should be okay. Dur's going to heal up right here as well, so yeah, we're good to go. Ugo just used her revive skill like last turn, and obviously she didn't revive, so we're not too worried about that. We're going to go ahead and try to steal buffs here, as well as a health swap. Go ahead and hit the A1. Go ahead and hit the burns, hopefully, which we don't land. Awesome. Again, he has a very low chance of doing it, though. I don't really know what we can expect from him. Let's go ahead and reset the carnage. Let's go ahead and hit the A3 here. Steal the turn meter. We're going to hit the A2. Big hits, big hits. Oh, that would have been nasty if that was a critical. We're going to get some shield on our team here just to help keep us alive. Decrease speed. We're going to buff up. We're going to go ahead and steal turn meter here. Just make sure she can't really do nothing. Take her down. Place the block active skills on him. Should be all over now. We got some survivability. Decrease crit rate. He's not critting us neither. A stun here would just be the cherry on top, but it doesn't happen, unfortunately. And you know what? Just to finish him off, we're going to go ahead and metamorph and try to hit him with the A3. There it is. We finish. We have finished stage 8. 3 stars. We're on to stage 9. Defeat 10 plus enemies with bombs. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to lie. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this might be tough. As you've seen, the last time I tried this, I was using good old Soul Drinker to attempt it. And Soul Drinker is still the only bomb champion that I have from the Demonspawn, so we're going to be attempting to use him again here today. But I don't know. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. So, let's take a look here. We get the... Oh, yes, and we have Jingwan on this team now. The Jingwan that basically blocks your CC. I have heard all about this fine young man. We have block active skills across the board, though. The only thing that would be really nice is if we had a decrease attack, or sorry, an increase attack on our team. That would be just, you know, icing. That'd be the cherry on top, right? But, you know, it is what it is. Let's get that AoE bomb. Everybody's void here, which means we should have a decent chance of placing it. Now, he's not booked, of course, but we do also have Carnage, who's going to help out a little bit with this, because as you can see, he's placing the bombs and just spreading them to everyone. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to reset our... I forgot his name, goddammit. We're going to go ahead and steal some turn meter here, though. We're going to go ahead and AoE bomb again. And then we're going to attack here. Get that debuff spread. Everybody's under a bomb. Oh, that's disgusting. Getting that transfer debuffs from the Jingwan, that is disgusting. Okay, okay. Everybody's under a bomb, though. Everybody's under a bomb. So we're going to go ahead and revive our Skimfos. We should be okay here, I think. We just need to wait for the bomb cooldowns to do their thing. Everybody's under like 10 bombs, though, at this point. We're going to go ahead and try to spread. We get another bomb here on the Jingwan. Let's go ahead and take his turn meter, just because I don't want him getting a turn. We'll go ahead and decrease the detonation cooldowns. We're going to go ahead and heal up and shield up. We're going to go ahead and A1 here into the Elva. We're okay with her getting a turn, obviously, because she's under so many bombs that there shouldn't be any way she survives this. But we got 2 people defeated now, which is perfect. We're going to go ahead and whack the Elva. This guy is being more survivable than he should, which is kind of annoying. Elva's under 3 bombs that are going to detonate this next turn, though. Try to get a stun on her, but she's also under a block active skills, so she shouldn't be a threat. I did not mean to kill him there. That's very unfortunate. Okay, well, we have 4 of them defeated with bombs, so that's good. That's the good news. We get Jingwan coming in with that remove, and then we get a block debuffs there, of course, because why wouldn't we? Let's go ahead and steal the turn meter. Let's go ahead and remove the block debuffs and place a seal on everybody else, which is okay. I mean, it is what it is. Let's go ahead and steal some more turn meter off the Jingwan. Ideally here, let's try to get our Carnage boosted up, and then let's also just try to A1 in here. I mean, it is what it is. But let's just go ahead and do this. Hopefully we get the block active skills spread, which we do not, and we get the block debuffs placed. This is annoying. So much RNG involved with this. It is annoying. Now, obviously my Soul Drinker is like, you know, level 50. He's not even level 60. He's not maxed out or anything like that. So if there was a way that you could get him to level 60 before doing this, you're off to the races, right? You won't have to worry about so much of this RNG. Definitely should have stole the turn meter there from the Elva, by the way. I'm not entirely sure what I was doing, but it is what it is. We don't get the pushback, unfortunately, so she's going to come in with her cleanse. Which, yeah, not much we can do about that. We allowed the wrong champions to get the turn. Let's try this one more time. Again, due to the RNG effect, I may have to just beat this off camera and then essentially just post on the YouTube community how I did it. Kind of the same thing as, like, you know, when Minecraft YouTubers would just go and mine for a little bit off screen. And then meanwhile they come back with like a house built out of diamonds, right? It's the same sort of situation there. Yeah, guys, I swore I beat it. I did it legit. Alright, let's get the AoE bomb. Bro, Jingwan is actually like really fucking annoying. But the upside is that when Soul Drinker dies, we're going to place a bomb on everybody that detonates after like 2 turns or something like that. So we could also just cleanse him, reset him, and have him go again. I think that... No, you know what? We'll let him die. We'll let him die. I think getting the AoE bomb guaranteed is a little bit stronger than him having a chance to go again. There it is. And we'll spread the bombs again. Counterattack. More spreads would be nice. More spreads of the bombs. That's perfect. Let's go ahead and A1 into the Beauregard here, I think that dwarf's name is. We're going to go ahead and just continue with the True Fears as well as the block buffs. We're going to bring Soul Drinker back. And Jingwan just goes with his A1 and transfers all of the debuffs to me because, you know, realistically, why wouldn't he? You know, like, is there any world where he wouldn't do that? No, probably not. Not that I can think of. I shouldn't have killed the fucking... Ugh. Ugh. These waves are very annoying, if you couldn't tell, ladies and gentlemen. Very annoying indeed. Let's go ahead and try this one more time. So Jingwan's going to remove the CC. It is what it is. We know that's coming. Let's go ahead and steal turn meter from the Elva. Right, we know it's coming. Steal turn meter here from the Jingwan. We get the block active skills across the board, which is actually pretty nice. Go ahead and get an AoE decrease attack. We're going to go ahead and just get like a seal and then, you know, maybe a spread here. Let's go ahead and get an AoE decrease attack again. Go ahead and get an AoE bomb placement, which it didn't actually place that many bombs, but it's okay because we're counterattacking now and getting those bombs placed everywhere, as well as block active skills. More bomb placements. Let's try to stun the Jingwan, because I know for a fact he's going to throw everything back at us, which will be very annoying. We have so many bombs out on everybody, though. We just spread even more of them. That's crazy. Block active skills is getting spread. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and do this on the Skimfos, just because I don't want him to die, because it's, you know, it's Skimfos. Everybody else is locked out, though, which is perfect, as well as having some bombs on them. Not enough, though, unfortunately, but we will keep spreading the debuffs. Getting more bombs placed on everyone. 2 more bombs placed on everyone. I'm going to go ahead and steal a turn meter from the Jingwan. Going to go ahead and get that AoE up again. And now we really just want to try and make sure that if any of them are dying, it's to the bombs. We can bring back with Dur the Hungerer. We're going to A1 the Beauregard. We have so many bombs across the board, but is it going to be enough is the question. Is it going to be enough? We might kill the Gembo there inadvertently. We do get 1 there. All right, turn meter steal there if we can. Let's go ahead and detonate everything on the Elva. So there we go. Of course, Jingwan just doesn't die to it, and he gets a turn and just cooks us. It is what it is. These guys should die to it, though. The Genbo, I hope, doesn't get hit too hard. Okay, he got taken out. So we have 3 in the first wave. We have 3 in the first wave. We have another Jingwan on this wave, too, which is really fucking annoying. I know all the YouTubers were kind of talking about how Jingwan was going to be like the bane of your existence, but goddamn, they were not kidding. We go ahead and get that done. We're going to reset our Carnage and go again, because I just don't want any of these guys taking turns. And at least those debuffs are protected. So now we just need to worry about the Elva, goddammit, which she's probably going to get a turn. Probably. I don't really think there's any way that I can... Oh, there we go. Okay, Skimfos comes in clutch. Skimfos comes in clutch. We still need to just try to make sure that Jingwan just does not get a turn, though. AoE decrease attack. It doesn't land on anybody. It says debuff blocked. There's not a single champion out there with a block debuff. I guess Gembo's immune to decrease attack, right? I forgot about that. That makes sense. So now we need that revive so we can place the bombs with our Soul Drinker. Came back and just got clapped immediately, ladies and gentlemen. Immediately clapped. Steel turn meter again. We need to kill at least 2 to 3 of these guys with the bombs. Otherwise, we are just absolutely cooked. We're going to go ahead and reset and boost the Dur here to make sure we get that revive off. Right as they take their turns, so we're probably cooked for that, but let's see. Steal the turn meter here from the Jingwan. Go ahead and do an AoE. Steal some turn meter here. We're just trying to get him to get a turn at this point. A1. Oh, we don't even have the bombs available to place. We get some heals up as well as continuous heal. We will have the bombs available next turn. I don't know, honestly, how you're supposed to do this without Soul Drinker. I don't know if there's like a key bomb champion from the Demonspawn that I'm missing or some stupid shit like that, but like, it seems pretty crazy trying to go through this with one whole champion that's actually capable of doing it. That's pretty wild in my opinion. Go ahead and get the AoE bombs. We get them placed everywhere. That's perfect. We're going to go ahead and steal turn meter from Elva. We get resisted. Awesome. We're going to go ahead and boost and reset. Let's go ahead and try for a stun here, which we don't get. We're going to go ahead and do AoE bombs again, though. Let's try to go into the Elva. She has block active skills, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Let's go ahead and steal on Elva again. I am just worried that we're going to have too much damage, so by the time these bomb detonations actually go off, that it's not really going to matter, because he places them and they last for so fucking long, unfortunately. I'm going to go ahead and whack into the Genbo. He has the most HP. We almost kill him. Let's do this. Okay, we did get one of them taken down, at least. Jingwan, if we can get around an A1 with our Soul Drinker on the Jingwan, that would be perfect, because that's going to insta-detonate his turn. Oh, I don't think we're going to do it, though. We might. He might be fast enough. Don't kill him. Okay. I would actually not be opposed to an elf. Oh, that's going to kill him. No! No! Okay, we get the detonation there, though, so that's 5 of them. So now, if we want to do this, we just casually have to defeat this entire wave with bombs. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to make this a little bit more sweaty as well. We're going to say that if I don't get it this run, I'm going to end the video, and I'm going to do it off screen. We missed. Let's go ahead and try a boost and reset on the Skimfo so that we can go in and steal the turn meter from the Elva, because if she goes, we are definitely not getting it, so we can't let that happen. Okay, cool. It's very annoying to try and get through this with, and Jingwan's going to take his turn as well. We do get 2 bombs AoE, which now he's able to spread. He is able to spread them. Let's go ahead and whack the Ruella. Try to spread those around a little bit more. We get the cleanse from the Elva. Ladies and gentlemen, we get the cleanse from the Elva. Yeah. Well, that's it. We're cooked. Didn't do it. That's gonna end the video here. Thank you guys all so much for watching, though. And I'll see you next time.